Hello everyone. Today we are taking. So earlier we have discussed that whenever a current carrying conductor it is placed in the magnetic field exert a force on that conductor which is carrying current, and the conductor starts moving along that force. So that was the basic principle, or we can say basic rule, which was used to construct a motor, electric motor, which we have discussed in our last class. Now today we have another very important topic in the same sequence, which is about electromagnetic induction. So what is electromagnetic induction? Faraday has thought that if electric energy in the form of electric current can produce the magnetic field, then a changing magnetic field should also produce the electric current. So this was the basic understanding which Faraday has made use, and he's carried out some experiments called as the Faraday's experiments on electromagnetic induction, and based on these experiments he came to the conclusion that the electric current starts flowing through a conductor around which if we change the magnetic field. So what is electromagnetic induction? Let us try to define this term first. So electromagnetic induction, it is nothing but it is a phenomena. It is a phenomena, or we can say it is a process in which when the magnetic field around a conductor changes. Now we are taking just a conductor. We are not taking a current carrying conductor. We are taking just a conductor, and what we do, we are just changing the magnetic field around it in any ways. So the magnetic field around a conductor should change. So with this change in the magnetic field around a conductor, an electric potential or voltage is induced. Induced means set up, right, across its ends, due to which a current starts flowing in the conductor. So it is very simple to understand what is electromagnetic induction. It is a process of changing magnetic field around a current carrying conductor so that an electric potential or voltage is induced across the two ends of the conductor, and hence a current starts flowing in the conductor. तो ये जो फिनोमेना है मैग्नेटिक फील्ड के चेंज होने का अराउंड द कंडक्टर, कंडक्टर के आसपास की जो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है अगर वो चेंज होती है तो फिर उसके जो दो एंड्स हैं उसके अक्रॉस जो है एक इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल या वोल्टेज जो है वो सेटअप हो जाती है, जिसकी वजह से जो उस कंडक्टर में से करंट है वो फ्लो होना शुरू हो जाता है. तो इस सारे फिनोमेना को हम नाम देते हैं इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इंडक्शन. सो द डायरेक्शन ऑफ दिस इंड्यूस्ड करंट इज गिवन बाय Fleming's right hand rule. Earlier we have used the Fleming's left hand rule. तो फ्लेमिंग का जो लेफ्ट हैंड रूल है इट इज यूज्ड to know about the direction of the force acting on a current carrying conductor whenever it is placed in the magnetic field. और यहाँ पे हम यूज कर रहे हैं फ्लेमिंग का राइट हैंड रूल. तो यहाँ पे राइट हैंड रूल जो फ्लेमिंग का है ये क्या बताता है? इट गिव्स द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द इंड्यूस्ड करंट. याद रखिए यहाँ पे ये वर्ड है इंड्यूस्ड, क्योंकि ये कंडक्टर में पहले ये पोटेंशियल नहीं था. इट वॉज इंड्यूस्ड बाई चेंजिंग द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड अराउंड इट. तो जैसा यहाँ नीचे डायग्राम में आप देख रहे हैं, we have made a coil. Coil means a wire which is wounded in the form of a solenoid over some insulating cylinder. ये insulating cylinder है कार्डबोर्ड का या किसी भी चीज़ का, इसके ऊपर वायर को इस तरह से हम कॉइल कर देते हैं. तो ये हमारे पास एक सोलेनॉइड या इसको हम कॉइल बोलते हैं, इस तरह से बन जाता है. यहाँ पे एक मीटर लगा है जो इसमें करंट की जो प्रेजेंस है उसको शो करेगा. अगर इसमें से करंट फ्लो करेगा तो ये नीडल डिफ्लेक्शन, मीटर की जो नीडल है ये डिफ्लेक्शन से करंट की प्रेजेंस को शो करेगी. So here we are taking a magnet and moving its south pole towards the coil, and in other case we are moving the coil moving the magnet away from the coil. So in both ways, whenever this magnet comes towards, or we can say this magnet approaches towards this coil, the magnetic field become stronger from weaker. Earlier whenever this magnet was away, the magnetic field was weak around this coil, and whenever magnet just approaches this coil, the strength of the magnetic field goes on increasing, right, because the magnetic field lines of this magnet starts building across this coil, due to which the magnetic flux or we can say magnetic field around this coil keeps on changing. So what is important cheez here to understand? whether the magnet is approaching or leaving the coil. In this process, what is happening? Actually, the magnetic field is changing. The magnetic field is, in this case, it is becoming from weaker to strong, and in this case, it becomes from weaker to strong to weaker. So, in both cases, if the magnetic field changes, whether it becomes strong or it becomes weak, whenever magnetic field around a coil or a current carrying conductor changes, an EMF, or we can say an electric potential is set up across the around in the coil, so that the current starts flowing in the coil. In that sense, the meter, here we use the galvanometer, which shows the presence of even very small currents in the circuit. So, this needle shows some deflection, which means that there is some current which flows in the coil. So, this is the just basic understanding of what is electromagnetic induction. So, only thing we require is the change in the magnetic field around the conductor. So, whenever so how this change in the magnetic field can be carried out? It can be carried out by any means. Whenever either magnet is moving or wire is at rest, or we can say coil is at rest, or magnet is at rest and the coil is moving, or both are moving towards or away from each other. In both cases, the magnetic field will change, and once magnetic field change, voltage is induced, or we can say current is induced. There are few things which we must understand about this induced voltage or induced current. It depends upon speed. Speed of what? High speeds produced high voltages, means this is the speed of movement of the magnet or movement of the wire. Okay, another thing in which the magnetic field around this current, around a conductor can be changed is by using strong magnets. Suppose that if we are moving the magnets, or we can say conductor, with the same speed, but we are using the strong magnets, in that case also the EMF or voltage which is induced, it will be higher. Other thing is that shape of the wire. So, if we are using the coils as we have just discussed in just this previous diagram, if we increase the number of turns in this coil, again the induced voltage or potential will be increased. So, this is about the few things which are related with this induced voltage. Now, how this has come into reality? This was given by the Faraday in the form of his 3 laws about electromagnetic induction. But before that, coming to the Faraday's laws, Faraday has carried out the experiments for the study of electromagnetic induction. Here it is the situation. In first case, what he did, he changed the magnetic field around a conductor with the help of a magnet. So, it is a horseshoe magnet as shown here, and with this wire or conductor, a meter is connected. So, whenever this magnet is moved away or towards this conductor, the magnetic field around this conductor changes, and hence a voltage is induced, due to which some current starts flowing in the wire, and hence meter shows that current by some deflection. And in the adjoining diagram, it is shown that magnet is kept at one place and it is the conductor which is moved. So, both situations are identical in terms of the effect. They produce the same effect. They are causing just change in the magnetic field. So, magnet is at one position, but the conductor is being moved out or in these poles of the magnets, and hence it causes the change in the magnetic field. So, this is one experiment carried out by the Faraday. Another experiment he carried is moved the magnet in or out of the coil. Again, he came to understand that as the magnet is moved in or out of a coil, in both cases the magnetic field around this coil is changed, and hence EMF is, or we can say voltage is set up across the coil, due to which current starts flowing in the coil, which is known by the deflection in the coil. And if the magnet is kept stationary, अगर मैग्नेट को जो है मूव नहीं किया है, सिर्फ उसके अंदर रखा है, तो चाहे वो कितना भी स्ट्रॉन्ग मैग्नेटिक फील्ड वाला क्यों नहीं है, नंबर ऑफ टर्न्स कितने भी ज़्यादा क्यों नहीं है, उसकी वजह से कोई जो वोल्टेज है वो इंड्यूस नहीं होगी, इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल कोई इंड्यूस नहीं होगा। तो नेसेसरी चीज़ क्या है? सो दैट वी हैव टू मूव द मैग्नेट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द कॉइल, कॉइल के अनुसार जो मैग्नेट है वो मूव करना चाहिए। सो दिस इज व्हाट वी मीन बाय रिलेटिव मोशन। सो दे मस्ट मूव relative to each other. So this is what it means. Okay. So this was the experiment carried out by the Faraday, and based on this experiment, he concluded the phenomena of electromagnetic induction in 3 laws, which is called as Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. So he concluded that the voltage is induced, or electric potential is induced whenever there is relative motion between the conductor, or we can say coil, and the magnetic field, source of the magnetic field. तो जब कभी भी कॉइल और जो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड का सोर्स है मैग्नेट, या एक और कॉइल भी वो हो सकती है, उन दोनों के बीच में कभी भी अगर रिलेटिव मोशन होगी तो एक वोल्टेज जो है वो सेटअप हो जाएगा। और ये जो वोल्टेज है अपने लॉ में, और उसने क्या कहा अबाउट इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इंडक्शन, ये जो इंड्यूस्ड वोल्टेज है ये डायरेक्टली डिपेंड करती है टू द नंबर ऑफ लूप्स और टर्न्स इन द दैट कॉइल। जितनी ज़्यादा नंबर ऑफ टर्न्स उसमें होंगी उतना ही ज़्यादा जो वोल्टेज है वो इंड्यूस होगा। सो दिस इज व्हाट फैराडे लॉ हैज suggested about electromagnetic induction. So you can just remember it, the phenomena of electromagnetic induction in light with the Faraday's law. According to Faraday's law, whenever the magnetic field, source of the magnetic field, or the conductor, or we can say coil, are in relative motion with respect to each other, a voltage is induced. And in second step he said that this induced voltage in the coil, it is directly proportional to the number of loops, or we can say turns in the coil. If the coil has 50 number of turns, and in other case the coil has 100 number of turns, then that means the coil with 100 number of turns will develop more voltage for the same change in the magnetic field. So this is what it means. So here is how we sum this Faraday's law. Whenever magnet moves past different materials, the voltage is induced in the each case. The most current will be produced in the material where the electrons are bound or most loosely. Okay, so that is clear. If electrons are loosely bound, the EMF, or we can say voltage, will be set up. Okay, so what is the direction of that induced current? जो भी करंट जो है इंड्यूस हुआ है उसकी जो डायरेक्शन है वो हम कैसे जान सकते हैं? दिस, for knowing the direction of that induced current, we have Fleming's right hand rule. So how do we apply the Fleming's right hand rule? It simply says that it gives the direction of the induced current whenever a conductor attached to a circuit moves in a magnetic field, or we can say magnetic field around it changes. So how do we state this Fleming's right hand rule? So when we hold the right hand forefinger, means forefinger of the right hand, middle finger and the thumb of the right hand at right angle to each other. So whenever these three fingers, the thumb, the forefinger and the middle finger of the right hand, are held mutually perpendicular to each other at right angle to each other in such a way so that the forefinger is pointing towards the direction of magnetic field, the thumb is pointing the direction of motion of the conductor, or the direction of the force on the conductor, then the middle finger, it will give the direction of the induced current. So this is how we define, or how we find the direction of the induced current from the Fleming's left hand rule. Here it is the simple diagram. Along the forefinger it will be the magnetic field, along the direction of thumb is the direction of motion of the conductor, or we can say coil. Then the current will start flowing in this direction given by the middle finger. There is another diagram which you can look here. So here it is a conductor, right? Current is in this direction, and because of this magnet, these magnets, the magnetic field is from north to south pole. So if we hold the right hand, the forefinger, thumb and the middle finger along this of the right hand along the situation, so we are moving the conductor in up and downward direction. So in this case, whenever conductor is moved up, So this is the direction of the force which is represented by the thumb, and the middle finger, it is representing the direction of the magnetic field which is from north to south pole. Then current will be induced along the direction of the middle finger. Middle finger will show that in this direction the current will be induced. So if this is the situation, magnetic field is in this direction, conductor is moved in upward direction, the current will be induced in this direction. So this is what we understand from this, the phenomena of electromagnetic induction and Fleming's right hand rule. Now this induced potential difference has something, some points associated with it which are important to know. The direction of this induced potential difference or induced current, it is given by the Fleming's right hand rule. This direction which is given by Fleming's right hand, which can be known by the Fleming's right hand rule, it is such that, means this electric potential, it is which is induced in this case by changing the magnetic field around a conductor. This induced potential difference sends the current in the coil in such a direction so that it opposes the cause which produces it. So what is the cause of production of this induced EMF or induced current? The changing magnetic field. So this induced potential difference, or we can say current, it will be in such a direction so that it will oppose its own cause due to which it is produced. जिस कॉज से, जिस कारण से ये इंड्यूस हुआ है, उसी कॉज को, उसी कारण को ये क्या करेगा, अपोज करेगा. दिस इज द नेचर ऑफ दिस इंड्यूस्ड ईएमएफ, or we can say voltage, or we can say induced current. So this is very important to understand. Of course the direction will be according to Fleming's right hand rule, right, but its nature will be opposing, it will oppose its own cause. Okay. And third point about this induced electric potential, it is that it varies directly with. So what are the factors according to this induced potential difference or current changes or depends? It is number one, the number of turns in the coil. Of course, more are the number of turns, more will be the induced voltage, or we can say current. The relative motion between the coil and the magnet. More speedily the coil and the magnet moves around each other, so that means more will be the electric potential which is induced. And also if we use stronger magnets, then the strength of the magnetic field will be strong, and hence the value of induced voltage or induced potential difference or current, it will be more. And third, last thing is length of the conductor. If we are using more length of the conductor, that means the induced voltage or potential difference will be more. So this is about the induced EMF. Okay. So now, by now we have clearly understood what is the phenomena of electromagnetic induction, what are Faraday's laws, and what is how do we find the direction of this induced EMF by the Fleming's right hand rule. Now we can just have a look at the difference of the left hand rule and the right hand rule. So here is the table, you can observe them. The very first is about this two rules, left hand rule and right hand rule about the magnetism, is both are given by John Ambrose Fleming. Okay. The left hand rule, it is used for electric motors, as we have discussed. It gives the direction of the force. The purpose of the rule is to find out the direction of motion, or we can say direction of force, right, in the electric motor, direction of motion of the electric motor. And other thing, the thumb represent the direction of thrust, or we can say force on the conductor. The index finger represent the direction of the magnetic field, the forefinger, right, and the middle finger gives the direction of the current which is passed through the conductor. And on the other side, what is the right hand rule? It is also invented by John Ambrose Fleming. It is used for electric generators, means the phenomena of electromagnetic induction, electric generator which produces the electricity, right. Of course, not in any arbitrary process, but by the phenomena of electromagnetic induction. The purpose of rule is to find out the direction of current which is induced in the conductor. The thumb represent, in case of right hand rule, the thumb represent the direction of motion of the conductor in which the conductor is moved. and index finger represents the direction of the magnetic field, middle finger represents the direction of induced current. In these three rules, they are same, right? But in left hand rule, it is the current which we pass, and the force act on the conductor which is given by the thumb. And in case of right hand rule, the directions are represented by the three fingers are of same physical quantities, but here we are moving the conductor, means we are giving the thrust on the conductor, due to which an EMF or voltage is set up, which is given by the middle finger. So this is the difference, nothing else. So this is about the Fleming's left hand right hand rule. So that is all for now. Thank you.